This is the 2014 Subaru Forester. Subaru claims they've completely redone this vehicle for 2014. Frankly, I think it looks an awful lot like the earlier models, but hey, what do I know? Now, the base engine is a 2.5 liter four-cylinder, rated at 170 to 175 horsepower, depending on what car magazine you read. Comes standard with a 6-speed manual transmission, or a CVT automatic as an option. Gas mileage is rated at 23 to 28 miles per gallon. I'm getting 20 in heavy city driving, 23 in mixed, and 25 on the highway thus far. I have the optional 2.0 liter turbocharged engine. Puts out 250 horsepower, and this one was connected to a CVT automatic transmission with paddle shifters that simulate 6 manual speeds. The interior of the Subaru is nothing fancy. Perhaps this one would have looked a little bit better if it had been done in a color other than black. No complaints with the controls. Simple knobs for the climate control. Simple knobs for the stereo. The way it should be. The gauge cluster is easy to read. Lots of useful information here. I only had 2 gripes with the Subaru interior, and they're minor complaints. Number 1, the steering wheel tilt system goes down, but the wheel doesn't tilt up. Makes it kind of awkward for tall drivers. Although in all fairness, tall drivers do fit in here rather well. Also, I think for $28,000 plus, we could have at least gotten satellite radio, something that's standard on even the cheapest Korean cars. Not here. Come on, guys, who listens to AM/FM anymore? This needs to be changed. If you want to do some more serious four-wheeling, just press the X mode button here. Doing so makes going these back roads a lot easier. Nothing like a little mud to lighten things up. The all-wheel drive provides excellent traction when going on these curvy, dusty roads, especially when you have loose gravel. The ride's a bit on the firm side, but never uncomfortable. Welcome to Bumblebee, Arizona, established 1864. Population 19 people, 45 horses, and 161 cattle. They forgot to list the 6 dogs. This is the Bumblebee Town Hall and the Bumblebee Outhouse. That took us 30 whole seconds to drive through town. Bumblebee's nothing, so you're better off going to the town of Cleator, the big city. Here's the town hall and the sheriff's office and bar. Well, we're all fueled up and ready to roll. With even weight distribution and all-wheel drive, the Subaru handles like a sports car. Takes corners very well. The steering has good feedback too. Noisy tires, however. I might mention the Forester is a very comfortable highway cruiser. Low wind noise, plenty of engine power from that turbo power plant. Okay, we got 24.5 miles per gallon traveling uphill, 30.9 going downhill, so we're getting pretty close to the 27, 28 miles per gallon on our freeway trip to Cleator and Bumblebee. Not bad considering this is a very powerful, responsive engine. So in the gas mileage department, I don't really have any complaints. The base price of a Subaru Forester runs around $22,000, fully loaded around $32,000. If you're looking for a vehicle you can drive every day but do occasional off-roading, and you want four-wheel drive traction on the street, the Forester is certainly worth a look. Now we'll take a quick look at a video we did on another Subaru model. Today we're going to take a peek at the Subaru SV Crosstrek. With about 9 inches of ground clearance and all-wheel drive, it's said to do pretty good off-road. Then again, with the 148 horsepower 4-cylinder engine In CVT automatic, it's said to get 25 to 33 miles per gallon, which is pretty good for an off-road vehicle. So we're going to take it on some short drives and see how it does. You're my cameraman. Are you ready to go?
Oh yeah.
All equipped? High tech? Okay. You're going to hold the camera. Don't screw it up. I'll put the transmission in manual mode. The all-wheel drive keeps the control pretty good, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Oh, got some tire squeal there. By the way, the brakes work pretty good on this. Stop. The ripples are pounding suspension pretty good, but it's doing a great job of absorbing the bumps, even though it's kind of noisy. The four-wheel drive is doing a great job of giving traction in the sand here. Oop, sharp turn ahead, 15 miles per hour. Well, not that sharp. Just a little bumpy. Well, with 9 inches of ground clearance, we're going over these rocks pretty good. If we're going to be out in the desert, might as well do some desert driving. Still got the fillings in your teeth over there?
Trying to keep them.
Keep it steady. We don't know wobblers. Okay, on to Crown King. Okay, we made it to the town of Crown King, Arizona. Population about 100 they want you to know about. Another 200 or 300 they don't want you to know about. And as you can see, there's lots of snow up here, but the all-wheel drive on the Subaru had no problem chasing through that. We interrupt this show for a commercial. If you want to be friends with your neighborhood cats, just be sure to feed them lots of shrimp. They'll be your friend for life. Yummy, yummy. Vultures. Now back to our continued programming. This engine puts out 148 horsepower and is hooked to a CVT automatic transmission with a 6-speed manual override. It's rated at 25 to 33 miles per gallon. In all my driving, overall I averaged around 27 miles per gallon. A 5-speed manual is offered, but I haven't tried it yet. The mileage on that is about 10% less according to the EPA ratings. Even though the horsepower is low, I must admit the pulling power at this engine at low RPM is pretty good. I never felt underpowered, even when climbing hills on the freeway. Overall, it's a pretty good setup. There are lots of SUVs that can do double duty as a daily transportation vehicle and going off-road, but not too many for a base price of $22,000 and getting around 27 miles per gallon. Actually, when you think about it, you divide the $22,000 into the 3,000 pound weight, it comes to around $7 and change per pound, which is a bit cheaper than that shrimp I was feeding the cats at $10 a pound. So overall, this car looks like a pretty good deal.